Trey Roberson,
Yes, sir.
Again, we're in an off period now, but I saw him today, came by, was working out, I guess, on his own, and came up to watch some videotape. So was healthy, no issues in workout spring, had a good spring. He's in a very competitive battle because we're very fortunate with Nate Sudfeld, Cam Kaufman. We have three guys fighting to see which one's going to be our leader.
What are you thinking about those three right now?
Well, I'd like to see somebody truly emerge and maybe separate. I think they're all very capable. They all had very good springs. They're all better in spring than last year. I think Trey is, one, he's healthy, but two, I think he's playing better than a year ago, but he's in some good competition. And, when you're building a program, you need depth, and I like them all. And I'm glad we got them all, and we'll see how the summer goes as we move forward.
What are you thinking coming out of spring practice?
It was a very good spring. Again, we had a great winter session with our workouts. There was not one day of spring practice that I wanted to do over. I thought the kids did a great job all spring. Again, we need to carry that down to our summer. We're about a week and a half away from when our kids come back and start our summer routine of June and July. We'll need to couple that with a great preseason. It's a challenging schedule, 8 home games, a lot of guys coming back, a good class coming in, good spring. I think we're moving to give ourselves a chance to be very competitive, have a good year.
Where do you guys think you are in this rebuilding process here in year 3 now?
Well, again, I think we're getting where it's positive. I don't think we're fighting ourselves. I don't think we have, as far as just how we want to do things internally. What your job is, whether you be an employee or whether you be one of our players. So I think we got a lot of continuity, a lot of chemistry moving, and we'll see if our talent's strong enough to be very, very competitive. I think we're going to be good, and we're excited to see. We've got to keep improving that offense to be extremely good. And we've got to make some strides on defense.
What's been the key to the improved recruiting?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of it's hype anyway, so you don't know till you get them. But we've worked very hard. It is a great school. We got great facilities. There's great commitment. It's a little leap of faith because we won on a high level, because all kids want a great education, but they also, if you're an athlete, you want to be on a winning, successful program. So I think the guys see it. I think the recruits see it in place. I think the real thing, our players and our program believe it. I think they sold the recruits on our family and what we got going on at IU.
What is Kenny Mullen going to bring to the program this year?
Kenny's in a competitive deal. We got some depth now. We've got many guys that have started at corner. I think we've actually got 4, maybe even 5 guys that have started with injuries and rotation. So he's a very competitive situation for him. And that's where I think there's a little difference between our offense and defense. There's a little more depth on offense. There's a little more competition. I think with these recruits coming in, hopefully we can create a more competitive and a better defense. So Kenny is a quality player, great kid, a good leader, but we're getting where he's in a competitive dogfight to get on the field. As a coach, I like that. And we'll see if he has the summer he needs and how he plays next fall.
Same question about Isaac Griffin.
Isaac coming in as a freshman, we don't promise any of those guys you're going to play, but we've played a lot of guys. We'll play the best players. We're going to play 6, 7, 8 receivers every game. He'll have a great chance to get into the mix because of depth. He is very mature mentally, physically. I think he'll hold up well. Was great last year in person at camp, but until we get him in matter of fact, I talked to him today. I had a chance to come up, and I didn't know we were going to the beach. There's a bunch of sand traps out there at Sycamore Hills, and I found a lot of those today with a couple of our alumni friends. But I was riding by Isaac's house, gave him a shout, and let's see how he's doing. He's doing good. He'll be down summer school, I guess, starting here June 2nd.
Year 3 is typically when a lot of coaches point to when they feel like it's really becoming a program that they've laid the foundation for. Do you feel that? I mean, you played so many young guys those first 2 years, they're at least starting to grow up.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do feel coming out of winter and spring with so many guys back, we're standing on some solid footing. I think we've got a good foundation where we can start to build. I don't know if we've built anything yet, but I do think we've kind of we've been very consistent in our standard, how we want to work, what we do, what's your job, what is your role, let's get better, let's do it every day. And like I say, there's a lot of positive energy within our program. A great winter, a great spring. We need to carry it through that summer, which is this voluntary time with our leaders, and I do think we've developed some strong leaders, but it is year 3. I do think we've laid a foundation. It'd be nice to see if we can take the next step. Last year we got close, a little competitive, but start really playing some truly competitive Big Ten football.
Coach, mind if I ask you a news question real quick? I know you were an assistant at Oklahoma for several years. Have you been watching this stuff on TV?
Very much. Matter of fact, Coach Luttrell, our offensive coordinator, was actually in Moore, about a mile south of where it hit. And one of his buddies called him that coaches Oklahoma and said, "Where you're at?" And he told him, because he's going to a high school practice down there. close by there, and he said, "Hey, it's coming at you. Go south. Go down to OU to the stadium." So talk to him. We have none of our personal friends directly have been affected, although our kids did play youth football in Moore. And we reached out to the youth coach last night, and he said, a lot of the kids that they were coaching were at Plaza Elementary School. So we sent our thoughts and prayers, and we actually have some people behind scenes starting to do some things so we can help some folks down there.